It's time for the show that brings the magic right to your speakers. Ears Up!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ears Up podcast. We're back. This is our news show. But we got something better than Disney news. All right, we got some breaking music news. I mean, I don't know how breaking it is, but it's breaking for us. We're back with Mr. Tom Ameen, folks.
Hey guys, hey everybody.
He has a new album out full of lovely piano music, and we're going to hear some of that and chat with him. And I'm excited because I haven't seen Tom since the last time he was on the show. But I was telling him before the show, I was like, okay, I want to talk to you, but I also want to just do it on the air because everyone else is going to want to know the answers to my questions also.
Yeah,
so
don't waste that content.
Yeah,
sweet content.
That's right. Yeah, I need to clip all of this. So yeah. So it's always like weird to get on with guests that you've had on a couple times because of that. Because my brain, I'm always like, what's everybody going to want to know? And it's just going to be the same stuff I'm asking anyway. And then I don't want to redo it. And so, you guys were talking instead. And then we did the show.
Nice. Eric and I were bonding over piano playing. And
that's right.
music theory. It was pretty cool. It was really good.
Yeah, Eric mentioned, he's like, yeah, I learned, what did you say? I tuned out, Eric. Something about like you learn music and then you learn the piano and then now you think of music in terms of what the piano is looking like or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's the first instrument that I learned was piano. I mean, other than like singing and whatever, but yeah. I spent years learning piano, so I can still plunk some stuff out. I can still form some chords. I'm not skilled at it as I am at like guitar and trombone and bass guitar and all that and mandolin and all that other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's funny you said that because I when Alice was learning the piano, and I was quote unquote learning it with her just to kind of encourage her and have somebody. I felt it'd be easier for her to learn if there was somebody next to her, learning at the same time, or at least, using the instrument while she's not learning it. And I've been told this my whole entire life, is if you want to learn an instrument, learn the piano first, because it is super easy to visualize the notes. And I've discovered that. So I kind of was understanding what you guys were saying. It's once you learn the keys, and where even a couple of the notes are, the chords are, whatever they're called, whatever musicians call them, the sound makers, then you can kind of understand the progression of the notes, and it's much easier to figure out the scale, than looking down upside down at a guitar.
Very good points. You can actually see the music theory on the piano. That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah,
so it's pretty interesting that you pick up on that right away. You could see like the C note. What does it look like?
Exactly.
It's a white key. It's really cool. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's great. Well, Tom, what's been going on, man? It's been a couple years. I think pre-pandemic, even maybe, right? I can't remember now.
That long?
No, I don't think so. I think we talked a little bit about lockdown last time, maybe.
We did that, but wasn't I on? I thought I was on your show when I released Even Villains Have a Soft Side album, which I took so that was like a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay, all right.
Maybe it was the end of the pandemic stuff. Maybe that I can't. It's such a blur now that it all blurs together for me.
See, this is what I'm saying, right? Where it's like maybe I just wanted to remember you in a brighter time.
Of course. Of course.
Well, how have you been, man? What's been happening? What's new with you?
Pretty good. Just getting through life and working and teaching piano and releasing music when I can. And there's been a lot of stuff happening. So it's all good stuff. I mean, it's all good stuff. But I wanted to do this album. I had this vision for a while because I play around with different piano sounds and samples and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you could, when you listen to the album, it's got a different kind of piano. It's a more subdued, intimate piano sound, I think. So I wanted to do a Disney album that was very low key and meditative and relaxing, but use this kind of more intimate piano to kind of create the arrangements I wanted. So I think it turned out pretty good. I've been getting some good feedback from it, so I think it's good. But when you're recording stuff, sometimes you're in a vacuum and you don't really know what's happening until you release it and other people hear it and say, okay, what do you think of this?
Yes.
You never truly know.
No, no, and yes, and my folly with that is in the editing suite, where I'm editing and I'm processing my voice and Eric's voice or whatever, and I'm like, this can sound good, but it also can sound like ass, and I don't know what that is. Is it me? Am I like, you know, some people can get nose blind? You know, they can't smell a thing. Like, am I voice blind sometimes? That's not the right analogy, but you know what I mean? And then
I understand.
So I just go, you know what? I'm just putting it out. I don't know. Does it sound crunchy? Yeah, kind of, but sometimes it doesn't. Nobody says anything. That must mean it's good. There you go.
It sounds really good when you guys, because I listen to your show. I mean, I listen to the shows that I'm on. Geez. I do. I love them.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of EarzUp. This is great. But you guys, it always sounds really well done. Like very professional.
All right.
Like
well,
it sounds like you're an audio engineer or something. It's really good.
You know, this is all fishing for compliments today, folks. This is what we're doing. No, I mean, I've been working on it forever, so I'm glad to know that it's not just like a waste of time. But I understand what you mean, where when you're putting something in and you're nose to the grindstone, it's easy to be swayed one way or the other. Is it good or is it not good? And sometimes you just have to do it.
Right.
You find that where you just got to put it out?
I find it true. Yeah, just put it out there. It's almost like some people, like artists, would say, like it's like compared to having giving birth. Like you just give birth to the baby and let it go out to the world.
Yeah.
See what people think of it. It's kind of that same. You're just creating this thing, you know, and you want to make sure it's good because I'm using other people's music. It's not like when I write original music, it's a whole different feeling. But like when I'm covering songs of artists, especially beloved Disney music that people for generations love, not just me. I know there's millions of people around the world that love this stuff. So I want to do it justice and I don't want to, hack it up. And so you're just concerned about all of those kind of things when you're putting these arrangements together. But after a while, you just kind of got to let it go and say, I think this is good. And let's just see.
Yeah,
hopefully people like it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Music is a lot like giving birth. It's incubative, I suppose. Maybe we'll make up a word. I feel that way too. I often podcast with an epidural, and so I feel like that way I can just kind of avoid.
Chill out a little bit.
I can relax a little bit, finally, and just it's the one time of the week that I have to just get out of my head and I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. How long have you been working on? What's the name of the album?
This new album is called Wish Upon a Star.
Wish Upon a Star.
So I kind of wanted to have those themes of wishing or longing. You know how Disney's really good at doing that in their films and their songs and stuff. Yeah. So most of the songs have to deal with that, like When You Wish Upon a Star. And I did 2 songs from Snow White because I wanted to do Someday My Prince Will Come. I had never covered that song, which I thought I did, but I looked back and I didn't. And I really, really loved the ballad from the new Snow White movie. I did not see the Snow White movie. I didn't the live animation one that bombed or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't do well with Rachel Zegler or whatever.
Yeah.
But I loved her song, Waiting on a Wish. I thought it was such a great song. So I covered that one as well. And I opened the album with Kiss the Girl from Little Mermaid because I've always loved that song. I think it's a great piece. And so I kind of weaved my way around the decades with Disney. I wanted to do a couple of the more recent ones, a couple of the really old ones, the ones from some songs from the 90s, and kind of like mix them all together and see how that turns out.
Yeah, was that the concept that you had in your mind before, or you go through with this album specifically? What song do I want to do? I want to do this. Oh, hey, there is a theme. Now let's coalesce around that theme. Or was it the theme first and then you're picking stuff to fit that?
For this one, it was more of what you just said, the latter. Like I was playing around with different songs. I thought, okay, this theme is reoccurring. This is good. The last album, Disney album I did, Even Villains Have a Soft Side, that was specific. I always wanted to do an album where I took the villain songs and made them mellow and dramatic so people could like sympathize with the villain. But this one, it just kind of started to take shape when I thought I really wanted to do Waiting on a Wish. And I wanted to do a waltz version of When You Wish Upon a Star. And I thought, okay, this is kind of like Kiss the Girl, talking about that, like that scene where he wants to, kiss Ariel and get to know her better. Like all these different like wishes and hopes of these Disney, that's all started to coalesce for me. And I thought, okay, this might be a good theme for this album.
I like that. That's a deeper. I don't know, Venn diagram maybe of all these Disney songs, because you're right, they do have, a common theme. Like if you just sat down somebody who knew a bunch of Disney movies and go, okay, here, guess the movie I'm thinking of. There's a girl who is longing for a thing. You would have no clue. You know what I mean? I suppose that's story in general, but it would take a lot of clues for you to pinpoint the movie because those themes are timeless. You'd have Greek tragedies about the same thing. It's just it never ends.
Yeah, and it is like you said, it's timeless. It's always going to mean something to people, and people have I think they have experience with that in their own life, wishing for something or dreaming for something, wanting to come true. How do I work to get it? A lot of us have that theme throughout our lives.
Yes,
at various stages. So I think that's why we can all kind of connect with that theme, or connect with the songs, connect with a certain character in the film. I just think that it's just universal.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun to like tinker with those songs and kind of see what can I come up with that sounds good on piano. That's my own little spin on it, but stays true to the tone of the original. It was a lot of fun to do. I really liked it. I enjoyed it.
You talked earlier. You mentioned that there's a pressure to uphold. You don't want to disappoint in the fans of the songs or whatever. But I would imagine that at this point in your career, it's not the first time you've done this. Does it get easier, that kind of pressure?
That's true, because I've done oh my gosh, I've done a lot of Disney albums, but the pressure is always there because I just always feel like, how they say, I think this has to do with like sports and stuff too. I'm not athletic at all, but like they say, like if you're not nervous, like that's a problem. Or like when you go to perform, they say, well, if you're not nervous at all, something's wrong. Because I always have, but I have bad stage fright, like performance anxiety. I have that. So when I've had to perform live, it takes me a lot to like finally get out there and do it. And then I'm okay once I'm on the stage doing it. But I have performance anxiety. So even when I'm just sitting working on the piano and recording, it's like, okay, does this sound good enough? Okay, does the melody work? Does this it's like all those things come into your head. I think it's pretty typical with a lot of stuff. But then you have enough faith in yourself and you believe enough to say, okay, I've done this. Like I know what I'm doing. I think this is good. Let's put it through. And see. And you kind of feel it around. If I'm recording a song and it's just not working, it's just not gelling the arrangement, I'm like, I don't do it. I don't put it on the, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't want to do it. And that's happened to me a lot. A lot of songs I've had to just throw away say, let's do it on a different album. It's just not working here.
Like that's gotta be hard, right?
It can be, but I try to gather, before I do start to record, I gather like 15, 16 songs for every album. And then I just go through them and start playing them and see, okay, that one might work, Oh, this song, it doesn't sound so good with this, so I do go through that. So I pick a bunch of songs and then kind of focus in on 10 or 12 of them for the final product.
You're making mixtapes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, man. If any of you youngsters out there want to know what that means, watch Paradise on Hulu.
Right? And sometimes you want to do songs like that I love that I don't think anyone cares about anymore. Like I've done 2 versions of Freaky Friday theme songs. It's my favorite thing. And the original from 1977, the Jodie Foster one. I'd Like to Be You for a Day. I love Pete's Dragon, so I love Candle on the Water. I've done that 3 times. And I don't know, that's a little bit of, I don't know how much people really still love those songs from Disney. I don't know. I still love them, but like Pete's Dragon is one of those weird kind of movies because I think if you were raised with it, you love it. But if you've never seen Pete's Dragon, this is the original from the 70s, and you go to turn on, you'll be like, what is this? This is horrible. It's too long. The songs are weird. The little poor Elliot, like he's an orphan, but like the people that are raising him are talking about like burning him and slapping him. Like it's a crazy, crazy film. Like the words, like we own him. The song Bill of Sale. Like it's bizarre.
But cutting him up and
remember, it's just bizarre. Like how did that ever how'd they get away with that?
I tell you, on our, my friend Matt and I, we do another podcast called the Buena Vista Boys, where we, watch these old school live action Disney movies and talk about them. And a lot of them, have original arrangements and stuff like that. George Bruns is, doing a lot of those things. And you're absolutely right. Some of those, we just released the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And I'm like, this movie is bizarre. A lot of the $1 Million Duck, Shaggy DA, like all of these, quote unquote, I wouldn't call them, I guess they're classics, but they're not well-known classics, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they are. Who knows?
20,000 Leagues probably is.
20,000, yeah, but I guess like $1 Million Duck. It's like that.
Yeah.
Some of this is just hot garbage. The performances are fine, but it's like, what the hell's going on, dude? And the music is good, though.
Did you ever see The Black Hole?
I haven't seen it. It's on the list. We'll probably do it next season.
I, as a kid, was a Star Wars kid. I was born. Okay, good. I was born in 1969. Okay. So when Star Wars came out in 77, I was 8 years old. It was my life. Like, I loved it. But then all these spin-offs of Star, and that was The Black Hole was kind of like
their answer to it.
It's a Star Wars, and the little robot in there. I can't remember his name, but I love that little robot. But as you watch it as an adult, you're kind of like, okay, this movie isn't that good.
There's a reason why
it's not hitting it for me. You know what I mean?
My friend Dan has described Black Hole as, if you ever wanted to see a robot go to hell,
that's a good
Black Hole.
That's a perfect description.
I love that. Let's listen to a song, Tom. What do you think, man?
All right, sounds good.
All right, this is, I think, I want to say it's like halfway in or whatever. I picked out one of my favorite parts in Kiss the Girl. And I like specifically that first part, and I wish I knew more about, I don't know if it's music theory or music words, but there's these things that you do. You put in these little layers in these songs and really make it your own, and it adds maybe personality isn't the right word, but it adds a certain je ne sais quoi to the song, where instead of it's just, here's the basics, there's that underlying chorus, I suppose, or the supporting keys on the main, and just the beats that you take and the they say, maybe it's, I'm biting a line from Tribe Called Quest, but it's like, it's not always what you say, but what you don't.
Interesting. I like that.
And
I like that.
Yeah, and I think that piece kind of is representative of that whole of the way I feel about how your music turns out every time. It's great.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, what I basically try to do is take the essence of the original and pay tribute to it, but then also just try to put my little spin on it. Mm-hmm. And my inspiration, because I really do record songs that I love or that I really like,
Yeah.
So all these songs have meaning to me as well. Kiss the Girls from Little Mermaid, that came out in 1989. I was just about to leave for college. I bought the CD, right? And I was listening to it like 2 weeks before I was leaving. I was so nervous to go to college. I was, scared or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I was listening to this music and it sounded like a Broadway show. And I was like, this is great. And Jodie Benson's voice. And so most of these songs I record have meaning for me as well. And I try to put that into the song as well. And then you could change, if you just want to talk theory for a little bit, like I changed some of the chord progressions. I'll do that. Like I'll put little syncopations in where there weren't any. I'll put little riffs in my own little melodies in certain spots just to like dress it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's basically all I'm doing, is just kind of putting my little spin on what I feel is like a great song.
I feel like, it's hard to do, covers basically. I hate to kind of distill what you do down to that small word, and usually in, rock and roll, the covers I don't like. And I think I've said this before, because oftentimes what I don't like about it is when they just completely change the entire thing. Like I love the song. So don't change the song, just make the song. But there are exceptions. And for me personally, because I'm kind of a snob, there's very few exceptions. I have a couple of like favorite cover bands. There's like two maybe that anything you do, I'll listen to. It's great.
Nice.
But it's because I'm realizing because they change, like they basically do punk versions of like, Rocket Man, Jolene, all these classics. Cool. Uptown Girl, just stuff like that. Right. And it's just, it works. However they arrange the drums and the guitar, just speed it up, and it works. And that's, I guess, what I'm saying here is like I like what you're doing because it definitely works. It adds your own flavor to it, and it elevates the, I don't know, restrained pieces of the piano that you're putting in.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Am I Eric? How am I doing? Am I doing all right? I'm sweating. Because I'm nervous about it. All right.
I mean, you've got to do something with a cover, in my opinion. I don't want to, there's that Weezer album where they did the Teal album where they did a bunch of covers and it was all like just straight up.
Just doing the songs?
Doing the songs. And it's like, okay, well, that's cool, but I also like the original song. But, I want to hear I want to hear an artist use their artistry and change the song in a way and give another take on it, because that's what you do. Making villain songs like soft, like that's so cool. It's a different take. It's taking something that we're all familiar with and saying, but what if we did it this way?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love hearing other artists do that as well with music I love. Like I love when artists do that. It's just so great. There's definitely, I think there's an art to it, I mean,
yes.
You just don't regurgitate and just redo the song and keep it the same, but do it like just only faster. Like you got to do something to it to bring something new to the table, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To make the cover like a good cover, I agree with you. Totally.
Yeah, and thinking about it, and again, back to what you're saying, just about the pressure, especially Disney fans are rabid for stuff like that. Anything either to enjoy or to hate about. And I can imagine like that's a more of a layer of like, not only just music fans and the song fans, but like the Disney fans, dude. You got to watch out for them. They'll get you.
We're crazy. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Trust
like, me.
Okay,
you got yourself among them. That's great.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I totally get it though, because people have they have just a really big emotional connection to this music or to a film. It's just that connection, and they don't want to see it get trampled on. They don't want to see it. That's why I think there's so many problems with that Snow White remake, because even me, I was like looking at pictures like, what is that? Like that looks horrible. Like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? It's like, so I totally get that. I mean, I'm totally get it. And I do try to keep that in mind when I'm recording, because I don't want people to be offended. I mean, I never want that.
Sure.
I want people to enjoy like the music I'm creating. And I feel like I've got something to say with it, like, okay, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
But it's hard because you never know. You can't please everyone. And, some people, piano music is very boring. They don't want to hear it. I get it. Like they want their drums, all that stuff too, which I love.
Yeah.
They want all that stuff. But some people really like the solo piano, and it's a good way. And I make these albums so that you can just relax with them.
Yeah.
You can study, you can go to sleep, put the kids to bed with it. Like I like that, and I like to listen to stuff like that to relax and unwind as well.
Yeah.
So that's just what I try to do. But I'm very aware of that. Like these songs hold a lot of meaning to a lot of people, including myself. So
yeah. Well, especially when Disney has an album that hits hard, like Moana.
Yeah.
Like then it's everywhere, car Frozen. You know what I mean? So it is a very protective thing. Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's totally in Canto and Canto. He's saying Canto or Encanto. I never had to say that.
I think it's Encanto.
Encanto, but the whole Lin-Manuel Miranda score to that, it's like that was really huge.
It was great.
He's a great writer. So like his stuff is phenomenal. And I did a couple of his songs, and I actually, because I do sound a lot of stuff by ear. I just play stuff by memory and what's stuff. But his stuff, I made sure I bought the music, I downloaded because he gets really intricate with some of his rhythms and writing, and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't destroying, you know what I mean, the stuff when I was playing through. I like, what is he doing here? So his stuff I definitely downloaded and just read it and really made sure I knew what I was doing, because his stuff's complicated.
Are there certain beats that you need to make sure that you have to hit in a song to make it that song? Does that make sense?
I think so, right? Yeah, because otherwise I don't think the song would be recognizable. There are like just certain hooks and certain phrases and rhythms in the song that I do think you have to hit, just to make it. Now, there's some examples, like I did the When You Wish Upon a Star on this album, but I did change it and made it into a 3/4 waltz to make it different and not just play, because I already had recorded it once. So I said, let's throw it in 3/4 time and see how it comes out. And I thought it turned out pretty cool. It just sounds like a really nice little, music box kind of, but it's like it's a waltz. It's turned into like a 3/4, and it's really pretty, I thought. So I like to do that and kind of see what people think of that too.
I love that. I think it's great. Should we hear another song, Eric?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go for it.
This is, I don't want to, maybe I'll play the game with you, but maybe I won't. Nah, I won't do it. I won't do it to you. This is Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yes.
I love it. What was the part in the beginning? Is that that's not part of the song, is it?
Just the intro, maybe the bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Bum. I was just trying to do the diddle diddle I, but I didn't want to do it like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
But what's cool now, see with that one, you'll notice I put syncopation all throughout the melody, but I didn't want to just play it straight because it was boring.
Yeah.
When I was playing, it's like dun 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 dun, like it just didn't sound as fun as like, what if we sync a little bit of this, like syncopate some of the melody. And if people listen to the whole song, there's a section in the end where I do play it straight. I wanted to make sure I got it in there one time, but I like that kind of like syncopated pop, like rhythm for that song. I think it just makes it sound more interesting when you're listening to it. Because without words, all you're doing is hearing that same melody over and over again. Yeah. So you have to make it interesting, or I think it gets boring.
See, this is what I'm learning about music. I'm for January 1st, for New Year's Day, I bought myself a used electronic drum kit.
Nice.
So I've been fascinated with playing the drums lately for some reason, and so I've been playing that. And there's I forget. I think it's melodics or something like melodics. That's probably how you say it. But I mean, I guess if you're crass, you say melodics. And it's like a Guitar Hero for drums, basically. And they have a bunch of songs where it's like in the style of Aha, or in the style of Lamb of God, whatever. And so what I'm realizing is that like drums it's like the joke, like, oh, play me something. Oh, it's like hi-hat, snare, hi-hat, snare. Oh yeah, what song is that? Every song ever, basically. But it's the fills and like the kind of zhuzh that drummers put on it. And I have never like understood more about, or at least I don't know. It was like a light being shown on that part of music for me, where now there's something else to listen to, is just what the drummer is adding to this to make it theirs to kind of do the thing. Because like you said, otherwise it's boring. And maybe you have a tom fill and then you hit the crash, but like no, but if you paradiddle or whatever, then it's just, I don't know, it kind of brings it out a little bit more. So I understand what you're saying now. I feel like we're all musicians here, guys. We make noise. It's good.
And notes and
things.
Arpeggios.
Did you plug in your music noise box, guys?
Exactly.
Do you need an extension cord? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear it. No, it's totally makes sense. I love drummers. Drums to me are one of my favorite instruments. They're just the blood of music. I mean, especially pop music and rock and roll. It's just like you gotta have those amazing drums, you know. It just you gotta have it. And so I love drumming is amazing to me because they're doing a million things
They
at one
are.
time.
I didn't.
Like,
I
there's just a
never.
zillion things.
I never understood it. I never.
Yeah.
You don't get it until you try it. And that's, I guess, true with any musical instrument. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think maybe like even bass for me. I'm like, okay, bass. I can key in on a little bit. I mean, it's usually mixed pretty heavy in, you know, but it I don't know. I never really understood it. But drums, for some reason, you know, right hand makes sound. I know what that sound is. I don't have to worry. Oh, is it in the right note? Is it the right chord or whatever? But it's the little things. And so I thought I was full of myself the other day. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my earbuds in. I'm going to listen to my music and see if I can, you know, figure it out. And I put on like a Vandals song. And I'm like, I have no holy hell idea what I'm doing. I don't know what's happening. It's like too fast. Yeah. It's just anyway. It was such a crash down moment in my own personal history. I'm like, okay, I got humbled by myself,
That's awesome.
but it was still very fun and it was an encouraging way. It's like, oh, okay. Let me go back. Let me go back to the lesson. Snare, drum, snare.
Oh gosh, you gotta there's some part of your brain that you have to disconnect to make all of your limbs go different directions.
Yeah, and I found that kind of a little bit odd because when I stopped playing piano, Tom, it was basically when I was using my left hand for those chords or whatever, the lower chords or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is there a term for that? So I'm not just being stupid.
You're using like chord patterns and structures for your left hand. That's good.
There you go. Yeah. And that was tough because you do have to, it's almost, I felt like I was hearing two songs in my head at the same time to keep track of that. And I don't know if that was, right or wrong or whatever, but, there's just something that comes with practice, I imagine. I mean, you just kind of, but you do so much. But you're talking about Lin-Manuel doing so much. You're doing so much, especially in that song and in the Someday My Prince Will Come, which we'll play in a second. Okay. I think that's why I picked this section, because it sounds like there's like three people playing the piano.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll say thank you.
Yeah. And it blew me. Here, let's just listen to it now. I love those little high notes.
Yeah.
And I think it's that blended in with maybe the chorus. It sounds like there's a lot going on. And I like that about a lot of sections in your music where it feels very effortless,
And that's, by the way, thank you. But by the way, that's just an incredible song. Yeah. So the song itself is so beautiful to play. It's got a beautiful melody. It's like, half the work's like I felt was already done for me.
Nice.
I've always loved that melody. It's just a perfect dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Dun. It's just gorgeous.
There are a few songs that I never thought I would play, but based, thanks to this program for the drums, I was like, I really like this song. Like one of them is a Weezer song, Eric. It's Buddy Holly.
Oh yeah,
which is such a fun song to play.
Yeah.
Do you have a song like that, Tom? You just love playing it. It just like what's your favorite song to play? I guess would be a better question.
That's a loaded question because there's so
just a fun you know what? I just want to rock out for a second. I just want to move my hands real fast. What do you go to?
There's a couple. Any John Williams, so like E.T. like the movie themes. I love Jurassic Park, E.T. that kind of stuff. But the power ballads of Disney, like Part of Your World, Beauty and the Beast, A Whole New World, those are great to play.
Okay.
You could really, if you want to get like show offy, whatever, those are good songs to do that. Just kind of like rock on and just play your heart out. Those are a few examples, but anything John Williams is just great.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's fantastic. And Alan Menken, I love, and Howard Ashman, like those early 90s Disney songs are just so great to play.
Yeah.
They're just so fun. Yeah. You can definitely rock out with those, believe it or not.
Nice.
You can.
I love it. I love it. Okay. And then last we have up When You Wish Upon a Star.
Okay.
So let's check this out. It's a classic.
Thank you.
I don't know. Your pacing is always great. Your pacing is always one of the
thank you.
fun parts about listening to your music. You know, just a
That's a
little
little-
pause you put in there, and just kind of
Thank you.
it's unrestrained, playful, but serious too.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah.
I was trained classically for years. I don't play it at all anymore. I just can't, I can't play it. But I think that really helped me to learn how to like push, when to hold back, when to be, because the default for classical music is legato, which means smooth and connected to music.
Mhm.
So everything, and my teacher drilled that into my head. Everything is legato, 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 legato. Ever. He's like, that's what piano. He would criticize that pop pianist players don't know how to do that. They don't play legato. They're choppy. Legato. He drilled that into me from the time I was 15 to 19. So I think he just really shaped like how I play, and I'm so glad
Yeah.
he did. Now there's times where you're going to want to be staccato and rock and roll. Like it's all great.
Sure.
But to default to legato, which means like smooth and connected and beautiful, I think there's something to that. I think he was kind of right. It just sounds so nice,
It does.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very relaxing.
So it's relaxing. So I'm glad he did that. So I have even in my later years, I'm very legato in my playing, for the most part. And that's all because of like that classical training.
Mm.
So, but
Every once in a while, teachers are right, man. You
I
know?
know once in a while you'll get a good one, right?
Yeah.
Once in a while they're okay. They're right.
Yeah, they're all right, man. Tom, you're moving. You're moving away from us. You're leaving the
Yes.
West Coast, the best coast.
I am leaving Los Angeles after
Oh
I've
my
been here
gosh.
27 years,
Oh
almost
my
30
gosh.
years. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm moving back there to be first to be closer to my dad, because my dad's almost 80 now. He's still in good health. Everything's great, but I just want to be closer to him.
Yeah.
And I bought a house. Like I've been, LA is very expensive.
Yeah.
So it's hard to live here. And I could afford a house in Cleveland. I can't afford one here in LA. There's just no way.
Yeah.
But in Cleveland, it's possible. So I decided to buy a house there. And then what I'm going to do is like try to set up like a little studio in there, so I could do like more recording and stuff there, which I think will be really nice. But that's like the big news. Yeah, is that I'm actually leaving the West Coast.
Oh my goodness.
So-
yeah, it's not the album at all. It's you're leaving.
I know.
So there's
And
a place to rent in LA if anybody.
There you go. I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm also very sad. LA's been my home for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
We'll see how I handle the winters now again. We'll see.
Oh, jeez.
Let's talk in a year.
Yeah, now your winter isn't just rain.
Exactly. Because winter is my favorite season in LA, because I like rain. Like I love
Yeah.
the winter. It's like 50, 60 degrees. It's nice and chilly, but it's not cold. You know what I mean?
Chilly.
But it's like cold to us. I get
Yes.
it. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
To people back east, that's like,
No.
But so I like the LA winters. So it'll be interesting to see how I adjust to a real winter now
Yeah.
in Ohio.
Yeah. My buddy moved. He grew up in the Midwest, and he went to like college in Bemidji or wherever. And, he moved out here, and he wears shorts all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Oh, sure,
And he's like, it's not cold. I'm like, it is 55. I mean,
we're
it's
freezing.
not hot. It's not short weather because I don't know. This is like in a t-shirt. We're walking around like, what are you doing, man? Because I don't know. It's just normal to me. I'm like, okay, freak. Yeah. Weirdo.
I'm freezing now when it's 50 degrees. Like I shiver. I'm cold. So it's going to be an interesting adjustment, you guys.
Yeah, I bet,
We'll
man.
see.
Got to get all your warm weather out. Warm weather or
know, right?
cold weather clothes out.
I have to buy new clothes, new coats. But what's really cool is I grew up in Cleveland. So when we went to Disney, it was always Walt Disney World in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So it will be kind of nice to only be like a 2-hour plane ride from Epcot, which is like my favorite park in the world.
There you go.
I love Epcot. No, I love Disneyland as well. Now that I've lived here, of course, I love it.
Yeah.
But it will be kind of cool to be, like kind of closer to that park.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Tom, thank you very much for your time, man. I appreciate you coming back on and releasing the album and letting us get to hear a little bit of it.
Anytime you guys listen, I love the show. I listen to the podcast. I hear you and Eric every week. I love. So to meet Eric, I met Eric for the first time tonight, like virtually, face to face.
That's right. Yeah,
so that was really cool.
Oh, look at that.
It was cool to meet you, Tom. I'm like, I get to meet Tom.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that.
Where's the best way that people can connect with your album?
All they need to do now, I currently don't have a website. I have like a link tree thing, but all you got to do is type in my name, Tom Ameen, to any streaming service. Like if you're on Spotify or Amazon or iTunes, whatever, just put my name, Tom Ameen, and then put the album Wish Upon a Star. And there you go. It'll be there.
There you go.
If you're on Facebook and stuff, or on Instagram, like you'll see, I have links there as well. But just got to search for Wish Upon a Star. It'll pop up.
There you go. Tom Ameen, everybody. Thank you very much, Tom, again.
Thank you
for coming on. It's always a treat. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and Eric and I are going to talk some Disney news. I have a nice AI rant to go on, which will be good for everybody. And Eric probably has something light and better than that. So hang on, everyone. It's Ears Up. We'll be right back.
Haven't been paying attention.
No. How dare you?
Yeah.
Back to Ears Up, where the opinions never stop. Ever.
All right. Speaking of opinions, everybody, it's news time, everybody. It's news time. So we were hanging out with Tom for the first part, and so we don't have a whole lot of news. I think we each have a story. Taryn is not here tonight. She's been really slammed at work, so she wanted to take a little time, and I said, good, do it. But she did send me a story. So I do have a story from Taryn. She's like, but it's written in my voice, and I don't know if I should. I'm like, it's fine. I can read it. So, she's a little protective over the work she did. And I understand that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So, we'll check that out. But Eric, why don't you go ahead and dig into your story here, and we'll see where you have one or two. What do you got?
I just have the one.
Okay, cool.
It's been a week.
I bet, man. I bet. And also, there's not a whole lot really going on, Disney news wise. So it is sort of one of those weeks. But sorry, go ahead, Eric.
I had to dig into the search engine for a little while to find something that was interesting.
Same, dude.
Why, from comicbook.com, why Dwayne Johnson's Maui looks so weird,
dude?
In the live action Moana.
Have you've seen the trailer by now? I imagine.
I've seen the trailer. Yeah.
Oh my god, hot garbage, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it.
It's too. First off, it's too soon. This is a 10-year-old movie.
I know. I feel like we just stopped hearing the theme song all over the place,
right.
in every commercial ever.
Right. And I have watched that movie so many times. It's like my comfort movie. Like when it's like, I want to go to bed. I don't know what do I want to put on. Like the original animated movie.
Yeah.
Like just the intro of the movie is enough to be like, that's nice.
Yeah, warm hug from Lin-Manuel. Yeah, for sure, dude.
Exactly. But yeah, so Maui looks a little bit off in the live action remake.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing a cartoon character with exaggerated features forced into physical reality. And this is the man who played the character, but there's no way he can manifest that physique. The thing that people seem most concerned about is Maui's flowing hair.
Yes.
Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is notoriously shaved bald.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it kind of gets a little bit uncanny. So what happened in this is apparently, in order to make him look bigger, and this is already a pretty big man,
Yeah.
but he's a big man for like normal human proportions.
Sure. Yeah. Well, steroids will do that to you, you know?
Oh yeah.
So it's not, yeah.
There you go. Well, yeah. But he wore a 40-pound bodysuit to replicate that physique,
which is crazy. Yeah, it is. He's like hyper inflated, you know. And I know that I think for his last movie, he stopped doing steroids and he lost a bunch of muscle mass. I mean, he didn't say he stopped doing steroids, but it's like a not well kept secret, you know. Like it's just you don't get that big naturally. He just doesn't happen.
He's no longer in the wrestling game.
Yeah, so, for sure. So, and then but adding that 40 pounds in a suit for several hours a day, I'm not taking anything away from him. That's gotta be hell.
Yeah, and it's interesting because apparently the suit cuts off around where his necklace is, so you can't see the line.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's also his hair because he's bald. He wears a large practical wig, which is difficult to keep looking natural for a movie where a character is constantly around water.
Yeah, and in the cartoon, his hair, Maui's hair, is it's not just hanging down. It's like out at like a 45. You know, it comes
like
out.
Triangle, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And it does not happen in this new one because they're trying to go practical. So cheers to them for not just doing everything CGI.
Sure, because I mean they're already doing enough CGI where that would just be ridiculous. Then they're just redoing the movie.
Have you seen the Scorpion King lately?
No, the new one? Didn't they come out with the new one?
There's a new one?
I don't know.
Oh no, they're coming out with another Mummy.
Oh, okay.
I watched The Mummy 2 last weekend, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
Oh, God. No, special effects have come such a long way. Even in 10 years, man.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. But it's kind of an argument of too real versus not real enough. It's not stylized enough to feel like he's a demigod.
Yeah.
And it's not realistic enough to feel like we're looking at a real person.
I would agree with that. And I think my main complaints were his forehead is too big. Like the wig is pushed back a little bit too high on his head. His face and his head are too small for the physique that he's supposed to be having. So he just looks disproportioned and weird. And he can't act. This is a thing I've said from the beginning. That man is not an actor. He cannot act. He cannot sing. I thought he did not do a good job in Moana, even in the voice. And he's like trying to act like I don't know. The whole thing is off. The whole thing I dislike a lot.
I don't dislike his performance in Moana.
So there are some times that are like okay. 60% of the time it's passable. Couple good line deliveries, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the cartoon face. His face is like 4 feet wide.
Yeah,
it's like that's a cartoon proportion, and he can't replicate that because he's not wearing a giant bodysuit.
He's not a cartoon.
Wearing a giant bodysuit. He's not wearing a giant mask.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of adjacent to Uncanny Valley.
Yes.
You know, it's like, but this is the character that I know and I want to watch and I want to understand why they made him different.
Sure.
And it's because he's a real person.
Yes.
But like, look at Aladdin. The live action, which I like. I like the live action Aladdin, but Will Smith as the genie sometimes didn't seem right.
Yeah.
And The Lion King just making hyper realistic animals talk didn't
Well,
work for me.
I think that's part of the problem with these remakes, right? Is that you're it kind of what Tom was saying in the beginning of the show, where you're taking these things that people love and you're remaking them. It is like doing a cover song. You have to get it right, and most people aren't going to like it, or it's not going to be able to live up to the standards that the original has set. It might be passable, it might be fine, it might be enjoyable, but there's always going to be something off about it, and it's that's the disturbing thing, and you're never going to get around that.
Yeah, and some of these have worked out really well. I agree with Jeremy. Cinderella was beautiful.
Yeah.
I really liked Beauty and the Beast.
I liked Beauty and the Beast as well.
Yeah,
but then I realized it's sort of just like the cartoon, and I think that's kind of where I lost.
It's the same exact movie.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem with Moana. Even in the trailer, it's like I've seen this before. I've shot for shot. I have seen what's happening. I've seen this before, just with different people doing it.
Week.
Yeah, it's the same thing, and that's just what we were saying about covers. It's like do something different, but make it good. You can't just do the same thing over again, because then it's just there's no heart in it. And that's what Aladdin, I think you're seeing with that, where with Dwayne, it's just like there's no heart in it anymore.
Right. Aladdin added this Bollywood style to it and added additional songs and gave Jasmine more agency.
There you go.
And added additional songs, and that was what was fun. I mean, it was some like weird Guy Ritchie decisions in some cases, but it was different.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. So 40-pound bodysuit, how do you move the same way when you're wearing a big foam suit?
It's true.
Does that actually enhance because it's practical? Does it work, or does it not work because it's not practical?
I didn't see
it is practical.
I mean, I didn't really notice how he was moving in the trailer. I'd have to see in the movie. I would think that it would still be a hindrance, because you have to almost retrain your body. There's actors that go through training to wear like costumes. Like that's a talent for stunt players and stuff like that is being in costume, being able to be a monster in a costume, because you know how to move with that added weight as you're projecting being the monster, or in this case, Maui, right? So I imagine there's some sort of training in the suit about how to exaggerate his moves enough so the suit doesn't crinkle. Like if you're going to move your arm across your chest, and you look at your shirt, it's going to crinkle up underneath your armpit. But if you're in a 40-pound foam bodysuit and you try to do that, you're not going to be able to have that range of motion, and your pec is going to pop up. And so you have to figure that out too. So
well, look at Colin Farrell as like the Penguin.
Oh God, that's such a good show, by the way. Can we just thank you.
That worked out so well.
He did so good.
Yeah. I completely believable. Didn't even think through the show that was Colin Farrell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. So animation, because it's animation and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It allows for exaggerated motion. It allows for symbolic design. You can have those. You can have the animated
tattoos
moving around. I'm sure they're going to do the same thing, but I don't know how well that's going to work. Live action might remove some of that magic.
It might, in the trailer they do show it a little bit. I think it was fine. I don't think it's going to be as prominent as maybe in the animation, because it's probably a lot to like kind of line up and get right in in post. But I mean that might be part of it too.
As long as it's not like the 90s where it's like, here's a still image of The Rock standing there, and here's
they got better tech. They got better tech than that these days for sure.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, why do we keep doing this? It is what was the point of picking this movie as the next live action thing?
Yeah. I'll never understand that.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's such a recent movie, and it's one of the most popular movies on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I mean, I know people, there are people who are excited for it, you know, and I think it's neat for like Polynesian culture to be, you know, showcased in a quote unquote live action movie, you know. But I feel like you could have done a prequel and that would have been a lot cooler, I think, or something else. There could have been something else. But here's where we are with it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Hopefully Disney's going to learn a lesson here and kind of back off on this live action nonsense they're doing.
They've slowed down for sure, but yeah, it's just one of those. It's one of those things. This is one of the first times. Well, no, I was not excited for Lion King.
No.
But it's another time where I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I'm a very positive person, as you know.
It's true.
I like movies. I like to watch movies. I like to watch Disney movies. And this one in particular, I'm like, if it's gonna be the same, why? Because the original one is so good, and I watch it. It really is something that I just put on in the background.
You know what I think it is? Here's my conspiracy theory. In the beginning, when that movie first came out, Dwayne was like, my kids don't believe me that I'm Maui. Like, well, while watching the movie, and I'll be like, you know, that's Dad singing. Like, no, that's not your singing or whatever. So my thought is like, now he's going, oh, well, now I'll show them. I'll make a live action movie. And it'll be me, and then they can't. Yeah, and then they can't even tell me that it wasn't me. They'll have to believe me. Finally, my children will believe me, because he was driving this project for 5 years. You know, he wanted to do this forever. He finally got his way.
Well,
we'll see. I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm not gonna not watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't need to watch it.
No,
I don't. I'm not interested in seeing that car crash, even if it's good. I just don't need. This is the thing, right? I don't need to see it because I know the story. I've seen the story. I don't have any interest in watching Dwayne Johnson act because I don't think he can. The girl seems fine, although she seems kind of flat. And it's, again, you're holding people up to an animation, right?
Yeah.
Which is naturally more expressive than humans and, you know, whatever, right? So
right, that's how it's designed.
Right. It's going to be a little bit more dull, I think. Well, because this is the transition between animation and live action. So I don't have any interest or desire to see what I've already seen, but in kind of a slower format. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if they do some, sorry, I've got the hiccups. If they do something different, then
let me know, and then maybe I'll consider it. Okay. But then again, I stay away from Dwayne Johnson movies, so it has to be really special for me to watch it. I know, that's just me. I just don't think he's a good actor. I think he ruins a lot of stuff. I don't like him. But that's me. That's my thing.
Watch the next
Jumanji. No. That's just wrapped. Jumanji 3.
I love the Jumanji.
See, that's what people say, man. That's what people say. Like, oh, they're just like fun, and that's cool. I love that people love them. I love that. But again, for me, that was another why. But they've made 3 of the stupid things, so we are not the arbiters of.
On the third.
No, I think it wrapped. They just finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Well,
there you go.
Enjoyed the Jumanji movies.
Well, there you go, man. All right, is that it?
One of the kids was from Hereditary, which scarred me as a horror movie.
No, man.
Have you seen that?
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay. Scarred me.
All right. I'll have to check it out. Is that it for Dwayne Johnson?
That's it for that story.
All right. All right, Eric. Well, this is a rambler, so forgive me in advance.
Hey, this is what we do.
That's true. Back in December 2025, in what feels like 15 months ago, ex-CEO Bob Iger announced a planned deal with AI giant OpenAI to use their Sora program to allow commoners like you, but not me, to generate AI slop featuring their favorite Disney characters.
Are you accusing me of generating AI slop?
No.
Okay.
The other you. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The listener.
Yes.
Some of the listeners might have done that.
The plan was bold. Some say envelope pushing. Perhaps in his last gasp to stay in the minds of stockholders, Iger had pledged a whopping $1 billion in equity investment to OpenAI for the privilege of having this AI slopfest be sanctioned and streamed on Disney+. You guys remember that? It was going to be curated short form content on Disney+, user generated using Disney characters that wouldn't get a cease and desist.
Huh.
The announcement wasn't met with the cheers of consumers, as I imagine Iger expected, and in fact, he got more than a little pushback from Hollywood and creatives alike. Quote, Disney's announcement with OpenAI appears to sanction its theft of our work and cedes the value of what we create to a tech company that has built its business off our backs, the Writers Guild of America said in December when this deal was announced. Now, the other side of that deal, and probably more powerful for OpenAI, was that Disney would become, quote, a major customer of OpenAI, using its APIs to build new products, tools, and experiences, including for Disney Plus, and deploying ChatGPT for its employees, end quote.
Huh.
So, $1 billion in an equity investment for OpenAI to license Disney characters for 3 years. There's a timeline on this. Disney was definitely on top of the deal here, leveraging the current trend of short-form UGC, leaving many to wonder what was in it for OpenAI. Sure, they get the whole Disney company using ChatGPT, and they have what is arguably the world's most recognized brand openly advertising Sora, which is their video AI tool.
Okay.
But that doesn't always equate to new users. OpenAI has been a notorious dumpster fire of cash, with estimates that they were grinding up around $15 million per day in September and October when Sora debuted on the Apple App Store.
Oh.
And that's according to Forbes estimates and conversations with experts. $15 million a day, dude.
Wow.
For 2 months.
Oh, gosh.
Bill Peebles, OpenAI's head of Sora, so he was in charge of this whole deal. He observed on October 30th that, quote, the economics are currently completely unsustainable. Now, this comment was made either during or shortly after negotiations and the deal was signed with Disney on their equity investment, which is a crazy thing to say out loud. If you have a company like Disney on the hook or ink is drying on the contract, and then the head of this program goes, the economics are unsustainable. Like, we can't continue on with this.
Right. Like, that's holy cow.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has said an ad model couldn't possibly pay for Sora's compute costs at the moment. Perhaps a combination of advertising and power users like filmmakers or TV ad creators or like Disney, right, who pay handsomely for the product would, because that was a big thing where people are like, oh, they're just going to shove ads in it. But I know too much about this data center AI like thing now where it's complete. The whole thing is completely unsustainable. And people are like, oh, just use ads. And they're like, you're never going to get the ad revenue up to where it needs to be to pay the amount of money that it takes to generate these ads or these videos. It's wholly unsustainable.
Well, that's what's happening with TV. Like, nobody wants ads.
No, it's killing TV for sure. But just how much cash is OpenAI ingesting? And why does it matter for a story on a Disney podcast? I like to get super into the weeds on stuff like this, and especially when I can crap on anything Bob Iger does or did. And if you combine that with a chance to possibly convince one more person that AI is speeding us all forward into a hellscape, I'm all in. So just bear with me for a second. A team of analysts at Deutsche Bank sat down to run the numbers on cash burn at OpenAI recently. First, they calculated how much money OpenAI expects to burn between when Sora was released to the world in 2024 and 2029 based on media reports about the company's spending and revenue projections. So they said that we're not really going to be profitable till like 2029, 2030. So Deutsche Bank is like, well, how much money is that going to be? They then compared this figure with that of other large tech companies like Amazon, Tesla, Spotify, and Uber, and how much cash they burned through before they were profitable. Okay?
Okay.
OpenAI's projections show that it expects negative free cash flow. So minus negative free cash flow is debt, right? I mean, I think I got that right. Of $143 billion.
Ooh.
And doesn't expect to be cash flow positive until 2030. Meanwhile, analysts have calculated that OpenAI could face a funding shortfall of $207 billion by then. So by 2030, they're going to be in the hole $200 billion. That could mean OpenAI will need to burn through more cash than the four aforementioned companies combined. Again, those companies that I mentioned were Amazon, Tesla, Spotify, and Uber. OpenAI is slated to burn through more cash until it's profitable than those four companies combined.
Oh, wow.
By 2030. Where does all this money come from? This is what I don't understand. I mean, I know where it comes from, but it's like, Jesus, dude. Jim Reed, global head of macroeconomic and thematic investing at Deutsche Bank Research and the creator of this, study or whatever, highlighted how extraordinary that this would be, that they're burning through more cash than these four major tech companies combined. He goes, quote, "Of course, OpenAI may continue to attract significant funding and could ultimately develop products that generate substantial profits and revolutionize the world. But at present, no startup in history has operated with expected losses on anything approaching this scale. We are firmly in uncharted territory." Now, these numbers weren't hidden. Disney knew all of this and still thought this would be a great ship to tie myself to as it sinks slowly, but not as quickly as I wanted to. At the time when this was announced, this deal with Disney and OpenAI, who again owns Sora, it felt to me more like Iger was simply outsourcing creativity to Disney fans. Based on the years of vocal lamentations about the death of original storytelling, the move to open source creativity seemed to me like a grumpy old man giving his grandkids balloons and saying, "Happy birthday, blow them up yourself." At any rate, we fast forward now to Monday, March 24th. Late on that Monday night, teams from OpenAI and Disney were working together on a call, hammering out details on their new joint venture, when 30 minutes after the meeting has ended, Disney got a call from OpenAI. They got a return call back, right? OpenAI had decided to kill the Sora platform, which was half of the deal that they were making with OpenAI.
And just closed it. Oh, my goodness.
Luckily, the deal hadn't really officially closed. No money was exchanged, but that's, I guess, what they were working on. But they had entered into that agreement.
Oh, okay.
And so they're working on it. And then 30 minutes after the meeting, they're like, "Oh, yeah, by the way, you might want to call them back and tell them we're not going to do this." The reasoning is OpenAI executives are now focusing on other research areas, including robotics and building artificial general intelligence, diverting the GPU usage from generating meme videos of Albert Einstein punching Dr. Robotnik in the balls. OpenAI is now directing that resource to training up the next iteration of ChatGPT, probably a better use of everybody's time. So that's it. So there will be no more Disney characters doing whatever they do on Disney Plus through Sora. And I feel honestly like the world is a better place for it. That's my opinion on it. But that's not hidden from anybody, though.
Yeah, that seems.
Yeah. Well. And honestly, the dissolved deal is actually the second of Iger's tech follies. On this Tuesday, a couple days ago, Epic Games, in which Disney has invested $1.5 billion. Epic does Fortnite.
Fortnite,
Okay,
yeah.
They just said they're laying off 20% of its employee base, which is just
That's an insane amount of people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just over 1,000 people.
So Fortnite is like not popular anymore. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, they cited a drop in Fortnite usage. So yeah, it just kind of like lost its thing.
It's been out for years. Like, what are you going to move on to next?
Yeah,
that's how these games go.
Exactly. Well, and I pin it kind of on Iger, knowing full well Damaro was a big part of that decision. He pushed for it. Damaro. See, here's the thing. Josh Damaro. I don't think it's Damaro. I think it's D'Amaro. Because it's D''Amaro.
Well,
D'Amaro.
I'll ask him the next time I see him in the parks.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your last name?
I bet it's D'Amaro.
Is it D'Amaro or is it
Damaro? See you, D'Amaro. I don't know. Anyway. Still, it's fun to poke fun at Iger. And on the Epic Games front, there are rumors floating around in the tech space, apparently, that Disney is very interested in purchasing Epic outright. This comes 2 years after the two companies announced their virtual Disneyland concept, giving Disney fans a kind of virtual Disney hub where we can shop and game and, most importantly, shop. Concept art has been released, but no release date of Disneyland has been set. Quote, our exciting new relationship with Epic Games will bring together Disney's beloved brands and franchises with the hugely popular Fortnite in a transformational new games and entertainment universe, said Bob Iger, with no touch of irony or any idea of where he was at any given moment. This is my problem with Iger is everything he says is just literally capitalism. It's literally, this is where the next buck is coming from. And I get, he probably has to in his position.
Oh,
but
well, yeah.
It's
but that's
always
interesting.
It's always about the franchise and the brands and the things instead of like, hey, we're going to connect with everybody. I don't know. It makes me feel weird.
It is interesting. I do have another story that I can bring up when you're done with that one that kind of goes back to Bob Iger. So
okay, well, we'll see. Let's see. He says, wait, who is this? I think this is him still. This marks Disney's biggest entry ever into the world of games and offers significant opportunities for growth and expansion. Again,
they left the world of games.
They did. Well, this is their biggest entry ever. Instead of, I guess owning their own gaming studio wasn't big enough, but now, anyway, we can't wait for fans to experience the Disney stories and worlds they love in groundbreaking new ways. What that universe looks like now is anyone's guess, and it exposes a deeper issue. That this is now me. That quote is over. I should have said end quote. Groundbreaking new ways, end quote. What that universe looks like now is anyone's guess and exposes a deeper issue, that Disney is out of touch with mainstream culture, specifically how whimsical it can be. The collapse of Fortnite was inevitable. You generally don't need to pay other brands for art in a collab when you can sell enough product on your own. Because that was Fortnite's thing. For a long time, they were doing skins. You know what I mean? You can do whatever, right? And anything in the games space never lasts long. But Iger missed that. I think he was thinking it more like movies or TV, where you can at least stretch it out and kind of whatever. But once a game is done, it's done. I mean, ask anyone who still plays Destiny. It's just over. You know what I mean? You're never going to get that long. And I always thought it was really weird. Like, even when he announced the deal 2 years ago, I'm like, people still play Fortnite? It just didn't really, I don't know.
Yeah.
But over at Epic, it's not all battle royale games and getting teabagged by 15 Sabrina Carpenter skins while 9 Homer Simpson skins hit the gritty. Disney relies heavily on a 3D gaming engine called Unreal to generate highly detailed CGI in shows like The Mandalorian or rides like Smuggler's Run. So an outright purchase of the company would probably be one of the smarter purchases Disney can actually make. Then they would have Unreal, whether or not they want to keep doing Fortnite or whatever, they could probably still run with that. And even that would probably make them profitable enough. And other games use the Unreal Engine too. I forget what game I was just using. I think it's Tropico uses it. I forget now.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so even just licensing that, the studio could be profitable, on its own. But Disney does not have a head for games, which is why they're partnering with other studios. which is why they got rid of their gaming studio, because they cannot make a good game on their own. They have to let other people do it, which is fine. I don't really care.
That's okay. License it out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Get someone who knows what they're doing. At least publicly, Disney says it's still looking at ways it can tap into the AI ecosystem. The company said in a statement Tuesday that, quote, "We will continue to engage with AI platforms to find new ways to meet fans where they are, while responsibly embracing new technologies that respect IP and the rights of creators. Don't meet me where I am. Let me come to you when I want to go there. Don't invade my space. I'm on the toilet. Unless you're bringing me toilet paper, leave me alone." The AI playing field is far from level. Recently, Oracle announced a massive layoff of 30,000 employees in order to further pivot toward AI, which sounds normal-ish, I guess, until you realize that Oracle has committed to building AI data centers for OpenAI in a $300 billion deal over 5 years. So OpenAI is paying Oracle to lay off people so Oracle can have more money to build data centers for OpenAI. At least that's what it sounds like to me, a man with no head for details, or hair, apparently. Adding to this, Oracle is over $110 billion in debt right now and has about $11 billion cash in hand. And this is the problem where, the Larry Ellison, I think, who owns Oracle, he came out and he was like, I would rather go broke than pull out of the AI space. So he's laying off his staff, 30,000 people, to free up cash to invest into OpenAI. Specifically for the data center crunch or whatever, right? But it gets weirder. And layoffs in the AI space are going to continue until the bubble pops. Block CEO Jack Dorsey said something similar just in February. The company said it was letting go of almost half of its workforce to save money and capitalize on AI efficiencies. Quote, "A significantly smaller team using the tools we're building can do more and do it better. And intelligence tool capabilities are compounding faster every week," Dorsey wrote in a letter to shareholders. "I don't think we're early to this realization. I think most companies are late. Within the next year, I believe the majority of companies will reach the same conclusion and make similar structural changes." So he's openly saying, I'm firing people because AI can do a lot of jobs, and it's going to get worse. More companies will be doing this. And Oracle, just 30,000 people.
Guaranteed.
Back to Disney. Diamaro, I think, dodged a bullet with OpenAI pulling Sora off.
When I next meet him in the park, hi, Mr.
Diamaro. As much as he wants to leverage AI tech to help Imagineers tell magical wonderment stories with passion and connectivity to where the customer lives or whatever he said, it's pretty obvious that the biggest losers in the AI space are the ones driving it forward, the employees putting in the work. Second will be the investors, especially when the bubble pops. Billionaires disrupting their current cash cows to bet on a product that literally won't produce for another 4 years, if ever, is wild. Disney is better off sinking their efforts into driving their magic deep into our cerebral cortices in more traditional ways. Diamaro, hit me up. I got some ideas I want to discuss with you. And tying on the back of that, just real fast, like we're talking about AI data centers, and I'm not going to go too far into it because I've already been yammering on for an hour and a half, and nobody likes my AI. Well, Tom likes my AI rants, but otherwise, no one cares.
Likes it.
Yeah. So the problem with data center expansion, people like we had one trying to come to town. And there was a town hall meeting where this person was like, all this vineyard crap out here, I want to get rid of it. And I want to rezone it to potentially, add like light industrial or maybe even a data center. And I was proud of my city. They're like, no, hell no. And the guy's like, okay, hey, it was just an idea. But the problem, people are like, oh, it'll be jobs or whatever. But what people don't understand is it's not just like community jobs. There's a handful of people that are specialized in building AI data centers, and they just get flown around from city to city building them, and then they leave. The other part of it is power. The power draw that these things take is so great that a lot of them aren't even running at full capacity because there's the power does not exist for them to actually be running at full efficiency. I read somewhere that it was like one of the major data centers, I think it was an Amazon data center, would need, if it was running at full capacity, would need the amount of power that New York City generates in a day.
Gosh, the entire city?
The entire city. It's like 2 gigawatts or some shit like that. So it's never going to happen. Like these are the things, right? It's never going to happen. And when you're building these AI data centers, these people bring in these big methane turbines, which is what you're seeing outside of Memphis, where the Grok AI is, trying to build the data center. They have their data center up, and there's not enough power, so they have these giant 15 turbines that just spew methane gas into the atmosphere and choking people out because they don't have enough power to make it run. So they're just. It's all of these things. And so once you start learning about even just the materials to make the cabling to go into the systems, we can't produce enough to build out the data centers as much as what we're thinking. So these AI companies go, we're going to build a data center here. We're going to put one here. We're going to put one here. We can't. Even if it's slated for, even if you have the structure, you can't build it because there's not enough computers. There's not enough material generated to build the thing. Then you don't even have any power to run it as well as you want to. But here's the last thing, and I'm going to go. This is from the Benton Institute for Broadband and Society. Data centers built to power AI produce so much heat already. And again, not all of them are running, at a peak efficiency. And already we're seeing the impact. So much heat that they can raise the surface temperature of the land around them by several degrees, creating so-called data center heat islands that may already be affecting up to 340 million people. Andrea Manaroni at the University of Cambridge saw that the amount of energy needed to run a data center had been steadily increasing of late and was likely to explode in coming years, and set out to quantify the impact. The researchers took satellite measurements of land surface temperatures over the past 20 years, cross-reference, blah, 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 more than 8,400 AI data centers around the world. They chose to focus their investigation on data centers located away from densely populated areas. You've heard when you have major cities with a lot of concrete and it gets hot, concrete absorbs the heat and makes the island effect, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to kind of negate any of that information, right? So they discovered that the land surface temperatures increased by an average of 4 degrees Fahrenheit in the months after an AI data center started operation. In the most extreme cases, the increase was 16 degrees Fahrenheit. The effect wasn't limited to the immediate surroundings. The team found increased temperatures of up to 10 kilometers away. 7 kilometers away, there was only a 30% reduction in the intensity. So It's not just around the data center. I don't know what a kilometer is, but it sounds far.
Nobody knows what that is.
And I guess here's my point with all this nonsense, just to bore everybody even more. Here's my point. Is Disney likes to be green, and they like to do this whole we recycle, and I was going to do this other story, but I've talked too much. Whereas this month you can meet Wally and Eve at Disneyland for Earth Month. Mm-hmm. Remind us to be green and recycle and all that kind of shit. It's like,
yay!
But you're investing in a company that's actively contributing to a global crisis of not only water but energy and land, and you're increasing the temperature. That dichotomy is always interesting to me whenever Disney does stuff like this. It's always interesting. It's like, do you know what you're doing, or do you not know what you're doing? Or are you greenwashing what you're doing because on the back end you're just kind of funding these companies to keep doing this? That's it. I'm done talking.
Okay. Well, then let me give you a little shot of light in the darkness.
Yeah, please do. And then I got Taryn's story, and then we'll leave. We'll get out of here.
Okay. Do you know have you heard about Zootopia 2?
I have. Yeah, I heard it's fantastic.
It's doing very well. It has made more money than many other movies ever.
Okay, that's good.
And I don't have those numbers.
That's all
but
right.
have you heard about a cameo where they watch the television and see a weathercaster named Bob Tiger?
No, stop it.
You already figured it out.
It's not really a tiger.
Well, it's a tiger.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's voiced by...
It's voiced by
pal.
Bob Iger. Good
Yeah.
Lord, dude. That
Who
guy.
started-
Sorry, go ahead.
Go.
No,
for
no,
it.
no. You go ahead.
Okay. He started his career as a weather reporter.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess. Okay. I guess I'll let him off the hook on that one.
Okay. Now, what's interesting is, have you've watched plenty of Bob Iger clips
Sure.
over the years?
Let's say yes.
Okay. Well, he's not always the most charismatic.
No. I think
But
Chapek was more charismatic than him, actually.
Oh gosh, yeah. Somehow he became the CEO, and he may or may not have done very good things as the CEO, depending on
It's true.
your opinions on Bob. But yeah, it just a quick little thing here.
Well, yeah, good.
Yeah, because he appears reporting the Furcast for the city.
That sounds like
in the new
a
film.
fishing camp for hairy men. I don't know. It's just such a weird. Puns are cool. They're fine, but sometimes
Bears
like
only.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
It's just one of those random cameos. They crammed a bunch of cameos into Zootopia 2.
I bet.
And this is like Bob Iger's swan song.
Swan song. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
he leaves the company.
it is cute. I get it. I understand. That's fine. Cool. Good. That'll be great.
Okay.
I'm proud of him.
All right. There are also some wrestlers in there and some other random people that are fun. But I wanted to bring up Bob Iger just to get your hairs up.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. All right, well, here's Taryn's story, and then we're gone, okay? Should I do it like everyone's favorite dog? Everyone's favorite dog, Bluey, has officially arrived at Disneyland Resort. With a brand new lineup of immersive entertainment, interactive play, and themed food offerings designed specially for families, Bluey is sure to be a hit.
Yeah.
On March 22nd, 2026, the limited time experience titled Bluey's Best Day Ever marked the first major appearance of Bluey and her sister Bingo at a Disney park. The Fantasyland Theater at Disneyland Park has been reimagined as the grounds of Bluey's school, featuring a newly designed entryway with nods to the series. During 2 unique rotating shows, our favorite sisters bring to life the popular games, beloved music, and dances from the series for real life. Before or after the show, there are also a couple of photo ops, one where it looks like you're taking a class photo with Bluey's classmates, and another in front of the family car. There are also interactive games for kids as part of the Fun Fair, including a gnome village and fairy garden, where kids can experience some of Bluey's favorite games, like racing barky boats down an imaginary waterway or hopping on Bluey's helicopter stump for a pretend ride to anywhere. Perhaps a Bluey live show and games isn't your speed, but I bet you enjoy food. Bluey, first of all, rude.
I do enjoy food.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy. I bet you enjoy food, you tubby git. No, Bluey has also brought some new foods to Disneyland Park. Over at the Troubadour Tavern, you'll find several new Bluey bites. Magic Asparagus Pretzel, which is a long pretzel covered in colored white chocolate barf to look like an asparagus. Now, this comes from an episode of Bluey where Bluey questions why they need good manners, and Bandit tells her it's because they're not wild animals. So Chili slips Bluey a magic asparagus wand, quote unquote, just a sprig of asparagus, right? And turns anyone into whatever animal she wants.
Oh.
Also on the menu, poffertjes, a Dutch batter cake donut-like treat. This comes from, she has a clip here, but I don't have it ready. Anyone who's seen Bluey knows that there must absolutely be a pavlova on the menu, which is both an Australian meringue sweet treat and also happens to be a much coveted dessert in the Healer household. Disneyland.
Can I just say
absolutely.
My sister made a pavlova because of Bluey.
Yeah. How'd it come out? Was it good?
No one liked it.
No one liked it. I wonder was it crunchy on the outside but still like soft in the center, or did she overcook it?
She made it properly, but the flavor they were not impressed with.
Meringue is hard, man.
Meringue is the worst.
It's hard to do. I like a pavlova, but it's almost like it's almost like a toffee in the way that it just kind of can get in your teeth. I don't like that feeling, but it's good.
My grandma made an amazing meringue pie, and can't
do it.
That she did it so much better.
Well, there you go. Disneyland does offer a version of a pavlova. They have a pavlova parfait with meringue bites, vanilla yogurt mousse, berry compote, vanilla cake, fresh berries, and candied kiwi.
Oh, okay.
I would eat it.
I'm in for that.
Ice blocks are a beloved, typically inexpensive, frozen popsicle-like snack in Australia and something you see the Healer sisters enjoying often. At Disneyland, you can get a watermelon ice block or a non-alcoholic lime ice block drink, which is pineapple limeade with coconut milk and a watermelon ice block garnish. Pineapple limeade with coconut milk. Okay, that sounds funky.
Okay.
Sounds funky enough.
Yeah.
Another new drink is the Mud Cake Cold Brew, inspired by Bluey and Bingo's affinity toward making mud cakes. Disneyland's signature Joffrey's Coffee French Roast Cold Brew. I hate French roast coffee. Are you a French roast coffee nerd?
No.
Oh,
it's too dark for me.
I can't stand it, dude. It's burnt. That's how you over roast it and you get the burnt. And I just don't. I've never had a good French roast. And I used to work at Starbucks.
Fire
I don't like it.
To us.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it. So you have that cold brew with a malted milk topper, fudge brownie bits, and sprinkles. And I bet all that sugar still can't take that burnt taste away, dude.
No.
Lastly, on Main Street, you can grab a delicious slice of Stumpfest cake, which is a roulade-style chocolate cake with white chocolate mousse and ganache. You know what a roulade? It's like the Swiss roll, I think.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh,
okay.
The roulade gives it a tree stump look and is inspired by the Stumpfest episode of Bluey, where Bandit and his mates are pumped they're going to rip up some tree stumps in the backyard. Unfortunately,
I've missed a lot of episodes of Bluey, apparently.
Unfortunately for them, spoiler alert, Bluey and Bingo set up a nail salon on one of the stumps and are refusing to close shop. Along with these cool new foods, there's a new Bluey popcorn bucket. However, I've got to say, as Taryn, I've got to say, it's pretty boring. A literal bucket with an image of Bluey and her friends.
Oh, just on the bucket.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not a Bluey where you can pour popcorn in
her tail or whatever. What's cooler and probably more useful in daily life is the Bluey Sipper, which is a sipper cup with a giant Bluey sitting crisscross applesauce on top. It comes with a lanyard holder and fountain beverage. If you have a trip to Disneyland coming up, be sure to check all the new Bluey action. And if you don't have a trip planned, well, biscuits. What do you think of that? Yeah, Bluey rules, dude. I love a Bluey thing. I'm excited. So we're going.
I love Bluey.
We're going to be down there the 13th through like the 15th or something like that.
In April?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
I didn't know that.
If you guys are going, if anyone's going, look for me, and only me. And
you're the tall guy.
Yeah, I'm the tall, handsome guy with glasses and a hat.
Who's looking irritated.
Yeah, it's like, do we really gotta like?
Reason. That
can we
bench
not?
was taken. I wanted to sit on that bench.
I'm surprised I didn't get more hate mail from that episode, to be honest. I really am. All right, we're going to get out of here. Eric, thank you so much for being willing to work around Tom's schedule. We wanted to get Tom on here before he moved because he's a traitor to the West Coast, baby.
Oh,
Just
gosh.
kidding.
It was so great to talk to Tom.
Yeah, I know, man. It's
man.
every time we do, it's just like we're just still continuing the same show, you know. It doesn't get weird. It's never weird to talk to Tom, and I like that. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll have to get him on whenever he produces more work. I mean, geez, slacker. What has it been 3 years for? Come on, Tom. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We'll be back. I don't know, a couple weeks with another show. We got to figure out what that is. If you want more information on everything that's going on the EarzUp Podcast Network, please go to earsup-podcast.com. Check it out. I just released the other day the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea episode of the Buena Vista Boys, and that was a lot of fun. And there you go. There's also a new channel in the Discord to let you know about when shows are released. You can join that. Come hang out on Twitch, go to Patreon, do all the fun stuff, and help support us, please. Keep us on the air. I would really appreciate it. All right, Eric, thank you very much. I appreciate it once again, man. I'm grateful. I have a lot of grace to give. And to you, sir, I say, here's some grace.
Oh, well, thank you for that grace.
Yeah, you got a little grace on the side of your beard, though. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you.